Hello, this is Kelly Lugosi, and as you probably know by now, every day of October I'm reviewing a horror movie. And today is actually a different kind of day because I'm reviewing two horror movies. Yes, I'm reviewing the movie Return of the Living Dead and Return of the Living Dead 2. First off, I gotta tell you that I'll be reviewing Return of the Living Dead first, and then the second one next. The second one is whenever I'm going to start getting angry. But before that, I'll start reviewing Return of the Living Dead. Okay, so this movie was made in 1985. It's a comedy/horror movie. I think it's brilliant. I think it was one of the best probably in my top 100 horror movies of all time. One of the best zombie movies that I've ever seen. And this movie was weird because, so there's Night of the Living Dead, okay? And zombies don't just eat brains, they eat flesh. Well, this movie implies that zombies can feel pain, like they can feel that they're rotting and that they feel like they're in pain, and the only thing that brings them out of their pain, it's kind of like a drug, are brains. So the whole brains thing kind of came from that, and it kind of makes sense. They eat brains and they don't feel pain. I kind of felt sad for the zombies because they could feel, like one of the zombies was like, I can feel my flesh like rotting and blah blah blah, and it made me kind of feel sorry for it. But at the beginning of the film, there's this guy that got this job at this plant, and it's like his first day, and there's like this chemical thing, and it leaks into the air, and so it infects the dead things that are in the factory. They're like a couple dead bodies, and like there's actually like these dead butterflies, and they came back to life. That was kind of cool. It brings everything dead to life, and so they take the body, and it's weird because the zombies, unlike in Night of the Living Dead, if you can kill the brain, the zombies don't die. Like, they don't know how to kill them. Like, they can't die. Like, if you cut off the head is still alive, the body's still alive, and so they cut the zombie into, like, a bunch of pieces, and the pieces are still moving, and then they take the bag to this guy that's right next door, and he's like, he embalms people, and he cremates people, and they're like, okay, can you cremate the body for us? And so the guy's like, okay. And then they put the body into the crematory. I don't know why they didn't think about this, but the gases, or the ashes that are there, like, go into the air, because the crematory, has a little roof thing, and it goes into the air, it goes into the rain, and then the rain sinks into the graveyard, and then all the dead people come to life. Basically, it's really awesome. It's gory. It's very 80s, but it's like good 80s. I think that it's literally a must-see movie. Like, if you're a fan of zombie films or horror movies, you should see it. I give it 5 stars. And that's the best that a movie can get. So it's definitely up there with one of the best horror movies that I've watched since I've started doing this review. It's just so witty. It's funny. Now I'm gonna move on. Oh my god, I can't even do this. I'm gonna move on to Return of the Living Dead 2. So, after I watched Return of the Living Dead, I was like, I knew that there were sequels to the movie, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch the second one because I love the first movie. Maybe the second one will be just as good. I start watching the second movie as soon as the credits start rolling. I know that this crap's gonna be bad. I know it's gonna be awful. I don't know why. This is literally one of the worst. And this is weird because within the past 5 hours, I've watched one of the best movies I've ever seen, and one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, this movie has to be on my top 50 worst movies that I've ever seen of all time. It's bad, and I've seen some bad movies. This movie's a travesty. You try not to compare it to Return of the Living Dead. You're like, okay, I'm gonna just put that movie out of my head and just let this movie kind of see if it's good on its own. It's not even good on its own. It's terrible as a sequel. It's like the guy that directed the sequel, this movie, directed Meatballs 2. What were they thinking? What the heck were they thinking when they're like, oh, we're gonna get someone to direct this movie, let's get this guy. Whatever. This was made in 1988, 3 years later, and what's weird is that they got some of the same actors that die in the first film to play different characters in this movie. Is the audience supposed to notice that or not? Are they supposed to be a completely different person? They just kind of look the same. I don't understand. It was gimmicky. It tried to use some of the same jokes that the first one used. It was not funny. It was not scary. It was just stupid. And the main character was this little kid, this little boy, and he was just annoying. I wanted him to die. I literally was like, okay, I cannot wait till these zombies rip his freaking head off because he's getting on my freaking nerves. I'm trying to okay. This movie just makes me really angry. Don't watch it. I literally don't know how I watched this whole piece of crap. I wanted to stop within the first 20 minutes of the movie, but I was like, okay, maybe it gets better. Maybe this piece of crap of a movie gets better. No, it got worse. The jokes got worse. So one of the main guys, he turns into a zombie in the original movie. And guess what happens in this movie? Oh, he turns into a zombie again. And they try to make the same stupid jokes out of it. Okay, it's not funny. It's not funny anymore. It was good the first time. Don't be trying to do it the second time. It's not good, okay? It's stupid. Wow. How do you go from, you know what this film, know how many stars I give the second movie? Half a star. It doesn't even deserve 1 star. The only reason why I'm giving it half a star is because I have to rate it something, right? I can't just give it 0. And the fact that they even tried to make this movie in the first place. For effort, you get half a star. For everything else, nothing. Acting, terrible. Plot, terrible. Everything in this movie was terrible. And you know what? I was going to watch all the movies, but now, you know what? The third one might make me want to shoot myself. This movie literally made me want to get into a time machine, go back in time, and prevent the filmmakers from making this piece of garbage. Yeah, I wish this movie was never made. Don't see it. Don't watch it. Don't even attempt to watch it. Okay? You will want to harm somebody. I feel physically ill now. I feel sick because I watched this movie. I feel like brain cells have been killed. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. Do not watch Return of the Living Dead 2. Watch the first one and then stop. Okay? The first one's good on its own. You don't need... Just watch the first one over again. Okay? Well, tune in tomorrow. Hopefully I won't watch, another piece of crap film. See y'all in my next review.